First up on the ReDonkulous, we have the nut punch heard around the world. Recently at the weigh-in for the Saunders-Monroe fight, a little twerp of a son of Mr. Saunders came over there and said, you know what? I'm going to treat Monroe's balls like a heavy bag and give it the 1-2 punch followed by a kick. All I gotta say is, if I'm sitting here getting ready to weigh in for my profession and somebody's son comes up and tries to manhandle my run the jewels, I'm gonna have a problem with it. It's 100%
ReDonkulous. Next up, we got Lonzo Ball. He made a ridiculous dunk. Matter of fact, it was ReDonkulous. And he went in, and afterwards, he started twerking. Now, I don't know what it is about these millennial boys. They just want to all of a sudden get the urge to start twerking. Lonzo, you're a grown man now. You're making grown man money. Stop twerking. That's just 100%
ReDonkulous. Next up, we got my town man, my homeboy Marshawn Lynch. He scored his first touchdown ever as a Raider, and he had to celebrate in the most Oakland fashion ever. Out there on the sideline, this and out. Look at him dance. Got the whole crowd going, dreadlocks swaying, going out there in dedication to the Thizzle Man, to the entire town. We love you, Marshawn. Thank you for coming home. Bring us a chip before they tip us off to Las Vegas. Keep doing what you do, baby. It's 100% ReDonkulous.
Next up, we got LeBron hanging out with Tristan Thompson, and you guessed it, Khloe Kardashian down at Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida. Well, Boston's going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals, and they're going to beat LeBron. Say goodbye to any wins in Cleveland. All right. Sorry, Cleveland fans. I hope you ride your Indians all the way to the promised land, because now that you got the kiss of death, LeBron, you just 100%
ReDonkulous. Next up, we got the Philly Phanatic. And the Phanatic, he's a funny guy. He likes to do funny things. He runs around, he sticks that little tongue out, and he goes all in. And one thing he was going all in recently for was the booty. The booty of this reporter. Look at him, got his nose all up on her butt cheeks, coming in for the good sniff. I'm like, what is going on over here? He's like trying out for a Brazzers film. I want to know if his little tongue thing is out in the background over there. The fact that the Philly Phanatic did this is 100%
ReDonkulous. Next up, we got your boy Kevin Durant has to make a dummy account on Twitter to handle the trolls. Kevin Durant, grow up, man. What are you, 10? I mean, everybody already says you're a mama's boy. Now you out here responding to every Tom, Dick, and Harry out here tweeting bad stuff to you, man. Grow up. You just 100% ReDonkulous.
Next up, we have probably the greatest White House communications director, whatever he was. Even though he lasted like 5 days, the Mooch is immortal. And so he was recently on TMZ when asked why Tom Brady didn't come to the White House. And he was spilling some tea. He was out here talking about the fact that, Tom Brady and Ivanka Trump used to date. Yeah. Giselle was probably a little bit, possessive of her man and didn't want to have her around the old, thoughts of old past. So he's trying to limit her. She's trying to limit his exposure to her. But the fact that this happened and the Mooch was on there talking about it is 100%
ReDonkulous. Next up, we got this little volleyball girl. She's not too little, but this volleyball girl gets spiked to death. Watch it here. They're having a volleyball match, and she takes a spike right to the dome. And it's like it was one of those finish him moments. Poor her. You know what I'm saying? To get hit in the face like that, that's just 100%
ReDonkulous. Next up, we have Isaiah Thomas. And Isaiah Thomas, recently got traded to the Cavaliers. So he's out about doing stuff in Cleveland and runs into a young fan who's like, oh, will you take a picture with me? So he was telling his mom via text message that, sorry, I couldn't get this thing. The new gear isn't available. And she goes, well, how did that kid get some? Well, that kid happened to be Isaiah Thomas, the newest member of the team. Mom, I know you don't know what's going on in Isaiah. He's just a little guy. But come on, man. You can't just sit up here and confuse him for a teenager. And the fact that it happened is 100% ReDonkulous.
Next up, we got Von Miller, and he is having a ballerina moment with all these beautiful young little girls. Von, get your big behind about these little girls' vicinity, man. You don't know them. The NFL, sometimes they try to take too many moments, man. Von Miller is a grown man. Get out the middle of those little girls. This moment is just 100% ReDonkulous.
That's it for the ReDonkulous. Sorry, LeVar Ball. We ran out of time again.
Subscribe. Hit that button.
We love you so much. Don't forget to subscribe like Shaka just said.
Yeah.
And until next week,
you stay classy, America.
Get out from him.